This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Corielli and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We're back. I'm trying not to say we're back, baby, but honestly, we're back, baby. What's up, Sebastian?
We're back. I don't know what we're back from. You've been saying that for what?
It's been a week, bro. It's been a week. We've been back.
I know. We're back. We're back.
Things happen. We got things to touch base on. And we got DJ Hank behind the glass.
We got DJ H killing it behind the glass. We have. I got some notes here I want to go over.
Beautiful.
Let me just get it going. I just had an MRI today. Have you had an MRI?
I had one semi-recently. We're doing medical talk. I love it. I got a little medical talk, too. What's up? Were you having a situation, or was this just an overall, let's just get one done, see how we look?
No, this has been a situation now for the last 10 years. I've had some shoulder issues on the right shoulder. I don't know. I think I might have injured it doing some weights and then never took care of it. But now I finally went in to see what is going on underneath. And also my knee, which about 10 years ago, I think I went into the doctor and they said I had some arthritis. And then recently playing pickleball, I injured it about 4 or 5 months ago, so I wanted to take care of that. Now I go into the doctor's office.
You're flying through this. Was this pickleball injury on the DiCaprio estate?
This is post-DiCaprio. This actually happened in Arizona, playing with my buddy John Petrelli, and something happened on the court, and there was a clicking noise, and the knee started to give out every once in a while.
Now, 10 years ago, before you started to get successful, and when we were younger and we had lesser budgets in our 20s, were you a Ben Gay guy in normal situations?
So what I have used throughout my life is, and I think I've covered this on a previous cast.
Hank, do you remember? Let us know.
Hank wouldn't have been with us.
He's been studying the catalog, guys. That's how he got the job. I put him through an Alex Trebek Jeopardy test. He knew so much shit. It was unbelievable.
I use a thing from Sicily. It's a cream similar to Ben Gay. It's called Vegetalamania.
Bro, I have the memory of an elephant, and I do not think we talked about Vegetalamania. This is why aren't you selling this under your own brand in America? That's your, because I was thinking about you the other day. You can't do wine. Well, you probably will someday, but everybody's got wine and they got the booze and Vegetalamania.
Vegetalamania. Let me tell you my first experience with Vegetalamania. It was.
All right.
We're talking 16 years old. I am a junior in high school. I'm starting on varsity soccer, playing right wing, actually playing left wing because another guy was playing my position, which was right wing. And I injured my ankle. And they told me to go to the training, or like in basketball, don't they have trainers that tape you up? Okay. Well, I typically didn't use the training room. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go home and I'll talk to my dad about what to do. And he goes, what's the problem? I go, sprain my ankle. He goes, the coach said maybe put some Aspercreme on it. He goes, Aspercreme. He goes, I got Vegetalamania. I go, what the hell is Vegetalamania? He goes, he brings it out, and the tube looks like it's from 1953.
Oh, man, I love it already.
He goes, we brought this to the United States when we came here on the boat, and we bought a lot of it, so I got some left over.
So that tube is from when he came over as a child.
Yeah.
That's how old the Vegetalamania he had. Holy shit.
Apparently there's no expiration date in Sicily.
This is nuts. All right. So he's got
So-
this cream he's been holding on to for 4 years.
So he whips this thing out. He said, put your ankle up here on the couch and let me do a little spillatura, right? Now, spillatura apparently is a Sicilian slang for kind of rubbing the ankle. So he starts doing a little spillatura. And I got to tell you, this thing was cured the next morning. I mean, I went from a limp to a brisk walk in 12 hours.
You're so Italian. He could have rubbed spaghetti sauce on your goddamn ankle, and you would have been like, "It's working, Dad." Can we get a Google on how do we pronounce this?
Vegetabilimia. So we're looking at what? Vegatallim.
I'd love to know the main ingredients of this, Hank, if we can get that.
Yeah. Pull that up. But
Never used it since? You don't have it in your own household?
I do not have it. You can't get it here. You have to go to Sicily. And the last time my dad went to Sicily, he forgot to pick it up. So the next time anybody goes to Sicily, please leave us a message. I'll give you a little scratch to go pick me up a couple tubes of Vega.
Yeah, this sounds better than Shaquille O'Neal's icy patch, I'll tell you that much, man. So you're at the MRI today.
I went to the MRI. Now, I have a problem. I'm
Yeah.
claustrophobic, and this happened to me about 4 or 5 years ago on an airplane where I was sitting by the window seat, and I had a panic attack. And
Right,
now
great cast episode out of that we got.
Yeah. So I was very reluctant to go into the MRI machine because basically it's a tube and you go in and it takes 18 minutes to scan your shoulder. Now, I let the guy know. I said, listen, I'm claustrophobic. I don't even know if this is going to work for me. Is there something I could do to tap out? You know, like what do I do if I'm in there and I don't like it? He goes, I'm going to give you a buzzer and you should squeeze the buzzer. I'll take you right out of there.
No. I've been in one of those too, and correct me if I'm wrong. If you freaked out and the guy wasn't there, couldn't you could still shimmy out of it, right? It doesn't close up on either side, does it?
No, you can shimmy out of it, but let me describe how it is here. So I'm in there taking this hand, and then you take this hand and you basically you sit on it, and I'm in a robe.
Yeah.
He asked me to put the robe on, but there's another sleeve here that you put your arm in, so you feel like you're like in a straitjacket, like around here, right?
Dude, yeah, 18 minutes.
So I lay down. I'm sitting on my hand. I got the buzzer in the in the left hand, and he puts me. Now I got headphones on because it's really loud.
Yeah.
So he puts me in the cylinder. I get in the cylinder, and there's two boards on the side of you.
Yeah.
They squeeze you together. So you're
Oh
like,
my God. Yeah.
This is tight, and then you're in a cylinder. And he says, keep your eyes closed because if you open them, you're basically going to be looking at the cylinder's right here.
Yeah.
So
Holy shit.
right?
Oh my God, dude. I'd rather just go with the arthritis. This is scary shit. Now when these things come in, because I had that when I've gone to the dentist to make your head straight for a all around scan of your head and teeth, it pushes in on your temples. And I'm like, who's to say this shit ain't gonna malfunction and just pop right into my temples, right? Aren't you afraid this wall is not, he's gonna be pressing a button? What the hell? It's not stopping, and you're just fucking crushing, bro. Doesn't that scare? Do you think that or no?
I didn't think that. I didn't even have time. I didn't even have time to go there.
Yeah.
Because as soon as that thing came and touched my triceps,
Yeah.
I squeezed the thing and I yelled, "Get me out of here!"
Are you buzzing? Are you buzzing? Oh shit!
I was pressing, and the guy was still in the room. He was doing a test.
Yeah.
And I pressed the thing, and then I said, "Guy, get me out of here! Get me out of here!" And he pulled me out. He goes, "All right." And then the next one was the knee, but the leg just goes in.
Yeah,
You
okay.
stay out.
Okay.
So that one, totally cool with.
Well, hey, thank God you can handle at least the party about. Now, do you think in your heart of hearts that you just made this guy's Saturday night cocktail party story.
I asked him, I said, where do I fall in this whole thing? Is this something that's normal? He goes, believe me, there's about half of the people that come in there that can't do this.
No. What you just gave him there with that question, you gave him the end of his story. He tells the whole story. He goes, you guys know Sebastian? Oh, yeah, big fan of Stormy. Yeah, we saw that. I give him the buzzer. First of all, I don't give anyone the buzzer. I barely give a couple of women, housewives, I give the buzzer. So he wants the buzzer. He buzzes before we even get started, right? And then they're all laughing, get out of here. And then here's the kicker. He says to me, does that happen a lot? So I got to say, yeah, like half the time. Holy shit. So, I mean, I see it, bro. I see it. That's what's so great about this cast. You're beating everybody to the punch with this shit. So how did he end up doing that whole body one? Because he's got to get it done, right?
Well, I'm not doing the shoulder now. I'm just doing the leg. So I flipped around and did the right knee.
But I mean, you're not doing the shoulder, like you're not going to have it worked on just because you can't handle the MRI?
I'm now going to an open MRI, bigger cylinder.
Yeah.
Not so effective in the regards that this is the best one to do. The open MRI is a lot bigger and it's not as accurate, but I guess they put some fluid in. I got something in my nose that I gotta go under 1 sec.
Hey, no problem. I always look for a reason to go under myself. We're going dark for a second, folks. By the way, Hank, Lou would have got us Vegetalamini from fucking Italy by now. I just want to point that out. I've just radio silence on the other end.
It's called Vegetalamina, and it's all in fucking Italian. That's why I can't understand it.
Okay, so we're gonna have to bring a translator in here for another 1,000.
Yeah,
and
it's an anti-inflammatory gel and pain reliever based on ibuprofen.
Okay, so it's the ibuprofen of Sicily.
Of course, it's better though.
That's totally better.
Yeah.
So now I go from the imaging center to the doctor, which is about 3.5 miles away.
Yeah.
Sign in and go into the office. He comes in and let me just tell you this.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the waiting room.
Yeah.
I go from the waiting room to a smaller waiting room to talk to a nurse. And the nurse, I'm giving her the description of the pain.
And the knee or the shoulder?
The both.
All right.
And then she leaves. And I got recommended through this doctor through a personal trainer out here in Los Angeles. And I look up to the right. And I don't know if this is a sign, and I don't know if the listeners are just too damn tired of hearing about this, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
I love them.
I look up on the wall, and there is a poster of the movie, I think it's called War, with Brad Pitt. And it says, Dr. A, thank you for helping me with this. Sign, Brad. So all of a sudden, this doctor has gone to the top of the list. If he's doing Brad Pitt's knee,
100%.
This guy could do heart surgery on me. I wouldn't mind.
Of course. I'm right there with you.
Okay.
I want to, even like rarely when I see like Brad Pitt in a pair of jeans I wear, I'm like, what's up? I'm wearing fucking movie star jeans. Meanwhile, Brad Pitt's like, no, I'm slumming it today, guy. That's what I'm doing.
So, I just find it ironic that Pitt's been a part of this cast and he doesn't even know it, right? So,
yeah, I know. Someone tweeted out last week, why don't you just tweet out you're his #1 fan? And I'm like, haven't I said it 10 casts in a row?
Come on.
It's a joke. Anyway, come on.
So I go in, the guy comes in, and I got the image of my knee. Have you ever looked at like an x-ray of yours and you're in the room alone just looking at it and you're trying to figure out if there's a problem? Have you ever like self-diagnosed your own x-ray?
Only my teeth I look at when the dentist is gone. And I just think like, man, I am gonna make a nasty skeleton someday if I don't get cremated. You know what I mean? Like if I got dug up, they'd go, look at the fucking teeth on this one. I told you they weren't all the same size, Billy. Shit. I took a video. We all went tubing, and Jackie's like, take a video of all of us going down. Me, her, and Sadie the other day on one of those big tubes. I can't share it on social media because my tusks are so big, and I'm just holding up and my fuck going, woo, my teeth. So yeah, no, not a full body. That would be nice to have a little alone time with a X-ray of my body. Is that what we had going on? You were staring at your knee or your shoulder?
I was staring at my knee, and I'm going, yeah, that don't look good.
Well, come on. How do you know? What
I don't know.
What did you see in it that made you think
I
that?
saw 2 dots on the knee, and I'm like, that's it. I got cancer of the knee.
Your knee's been smoking again, guy. Cancer in the knee. Is that a thing?
I don't even know, but I thought it was a thing when I was in there. Like, this is another thing that was going through my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna go in for a knee, and then they're gonna scan the leg, and they're gonna go, you know, your knee is fine, but your femur has a disease on it. Whatever. Who knows? I could have came out of there with the coronavirus for all I know.
Don't you love when they hit you with the, have you ever heard of da 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 da? And you're like, in your head, you're like, we're only having this discussion because obviously I have this fucking thing that he's bringing up. And the way he's delivering it, he's not saying it like, it's so few people have it. It's fantastic. You can jump higher than you think. No, it's
It's never like a positive where, you know, you have 2 kneecaps.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, if one goes bad, you got another one in there. A lot of people don't have it.
Oh, man. That would be, oh, God. I blew my nose the other day and there was blood, and I'm like, here we go, round 1. He's trying to tell yourself, oh, it's winter, it's crusty, shit.
My brain is bleeding.
There we go. Oh, shit.
So
you're looking at this puppy. He walks in.
And I got to tell you, this guy is exuding confidence. Indian guy, tall Indian guy. I've never seen a tall Indian before. I guess like 6'2".
Got a signed photo of thanks from Brad Pitt on the wall. Who wouldn't have confidence with that in the backdrop?
And he had Asics gyms on, which are like the sneakers, the Asics. He came in with an Asics. You know that brand, right? No, it's a running shoe.
Doctor and sneakers is kind of throwing me off a little bit.
I just thought it was great. I'm like, this guy's not so, uptight. Right. So he does a series of moves on my shoulder because I don't have the shoulder. Actually, he does like press up, do this, do that, like a resistance type of movement.
Yeah.
Then he looks at my knee, and then he goes in to look at the images. Now, I am behind him sitting down on the table, and I'm over the shoulder, and he's looking. He's flipping through all these different images.
So you only got the back of his head. You can't see the facial expression.
No, I can't see the facial expression, but I could see kind of what he's looking at.
Yeah.
Then he turns, he spins. He did a spin job on the thing. And he goes, I'll be right back. I'm like, oh God, he's seeing some. He's got to call another doctor.
I agree.
Because he's never seen this, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He might be calling your wife. That's what I'm thinking.
He's looking
I'd
up
rather
the
have
version.
a loved one in the room before I tell him he's got knee cancer. Shit, this is the second week in a row we're talking about cancer. Can we get a hard edit on the cancer, Hank?
Oh, God. Leave it in, Hank. Leave it in.
All right, leave it in, Hank.
So I'm thinking he's going back to my emergency contact information, like you said to call. Like, who's the emergency contact? They got to get down here now.
So what was the exact words? I'll be right back?
I'll be right back. Left the door open.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's it.
Yeah.
He's got to call someone. He's going to bring in another doctor for like, have you ever seen something like this? Right? This is all going through my head. He comes back into the room with one of those skeleton knee, you take the knee apart.
Yeah, you get in the class. You get in the class. I hate that shit.
So he takes he's taking the knee apart, right? We're going deep into the knee. He goes, see this right here? You got a tear on the meniscus. Then you got some stuff up here. It's inflamed. He goes, I don't know what that is. I don't know where that's from. And then you also have arthritis. Yeah. I got 3 different things going on in the knee. And he goes, you could get the surgery. Basically, it's, day in, day out. What's that beeping? Is that me or you?
That's maybe Hank.
That's sound effects. DJ Hank.
Oh. Wow. Out of nowhere.
Oh, wow. That's such a Lou move.
That's it.
That I didn't expect Hank to be dropping in medical noises.
I learned from the best.
Unbelievable.
So, he goes, you could do the surgery or, you could leave it. But if you leave it, you're probably going to have a knee replacement within 5 to 15 years. I can't tell you how long a knee replacement. I'm thinking to myself, I'm 46 years old. I got a son I got to play football with. Yeah. And you're going to tell me I'm going to be walking around with a robotic knee by the time I'm 60? Average knee replacement lasts 15 years. So if you get it, let's say if I got a knee replacement in 5 years, 51, it only lasts till 66. You're going to need another. That's two knee replacements. So it leaves me with a dilemma here on whether or not to get the surgery or try and do some type of physical therapy, some deep massage too. Because the guy in Naples, Ron, I called him. I go, could you fix it? He goes, could I fix it? And he goes, if I saw you on a regular basis, you'd be playing tennis in 2.5 months.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, even if you had to move and live down by Ron, I think you should get a guy who's going to custom make everything you wear in the foot the rest of your life, and it's all like based in the sneaker genre, like comfortable, custom-made shoes, therapy on the knee, and just don't even look back on that operation. That's not happening.
Wait, you're saying get the operation?
Never. Don't.
Yeah.
Not for the knee. Not for the knee.
Have you?
Have I, bro? We share everything on this thing. I got a May 12th date with the hip. What are you talking about? One thing at a time. What am I, the bionic man?
Wait. You're getting it? What's with the hip?
You know what I told you? I'm getting a hip replacement. I was going to tell you today. It's all finally confirmed. Remember the show we had?
No, bro.
What?
Bro. I didn't know you were going through with it.
Yeah, man. I finally decided to go through with it. So that's why, I literally have it in my notes here, man.
All right. Well, we'll get into this. Bro, you're
We're
young.
still talking about this. What, me? You got the knee, man.
Yeah, but the hip is something like, an old person gets. You go from the knee. First you get a knee, then you get a hip. You don't go right into the hip.
I sit here and I feel for you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with you on every word. And then you throw me under the bus because the hip is for old people. I disagree. I think a knee should last for longer. How about that? There you go.
The knee is more of. I think the knee gets a lot of pounding, opposed to the hip. I mean, a hip is a big thing. So I'm blown away right now with this. This hip replacement.
Yeah, but the thing. Okay, so I went to the specialist in Buffalo. This guy's fantastic, and he's done some athletes, some athletes out that way, but best of the best out that way. And he goes, when I met him, he's like, listen, you're a candidate, you're fine, you're healthy. He goes, you get it done when you're young, you're going to be in and out, you're out the same day. He goes, you bring a cane so you can get out to the car. Your wife will probably have to help you take a shower the first day.
Oh, God.
By the next day, you'll be limping. You probably won't even need the cane, but you might have it for yourself. Within 2 weeks, you'll be jogging. And here's the thing. Your other hip, which I know you're fine with right now, I'm looking at the x-ray. That one's getting arthritic, too. You obviously played sports. You're playing for long. I go, yeah, all the way through college. That's probably why I'm hip, bro, and you're only knee, because you didn't play soccer in college, only high school. But anyway. He goes, 99% of all my patients, when they get the one hip done, they make an appointment within 2 months to get the second one done because they're like, my life has changed. That was ridiculous. It was no big deal. It's the way the hips are going now, bro. It's like not a big deal. Everyone I know who's gotten it said their life has changed. They can run again. And then he goes, the old days, they'd say it only lasts 20 years, the hip. He goes, it lasts way longer than that now. And he goes, and 20 years from now, if you need a new one, it's going to be even easier to do than it is now when it's already gotten so easy. Here's the only thing, and you might get this you're not getting any operation. I get the card to go through the metal detector at the airport because I got metal in me. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm embarrassed by that or if I think that's cool.
Oh man, this is a life changer here. Now, is it so bad, the hip, where you can't do anything?
No, like right now I'm in zero pain, right? But but like if I can only move, like I can only pull it out like that far, like right about there, and then it starts to hurt. I can't stretch it that far, and then I have good days and bad days because the doctor said as long as you can go where you're not dying from it, feel free to go as long as you want. That's up to you. Whenever you feel, he goes, I'm just telling you, the longer you wait, when you do finally get it done, you're going to be kicking yourself for not getting it done sooner because it's such an easy procedure and you're healthy and you're young and it won't be a big deal. But then I'm home last week and then I had a bad day where I wake up in the morning and I got to lay on my back and bring my knees to my chest and I can just get my sock over my big toe. And then I'm able to pull it over my whole foot and get it on. Then once I get it on, I hop up and I can stand fine, but just can't bend certain ways. It's embarrassing. We're falling apart, bro. What are you going to do with this knee? You're not getting the operation, right?
I don't want to get the operation. I do not want to get it. I want to go to Ron in Naples to see what he could do. My guy out here in Los Angeles, I'd like to pick his brain about it. Ron, I feel like, has done this with a lot of older clients, which they said they were going to need knee surgery or hip replacement, and Ron has brought them back from the dead. So I got to find out. I got to pick some people's brains over here, but my initial reaction is not to do the surgery.
Yeah, absolutely not. And what about going with a knee, not a brace, but something underneath your pants in the meantime for a little extra support?
I do have a brace, and I think I'm going to bring that brace out a lot more often than I have in the past. So,
and the CBD oil you gave me for Christmas, I've been rubbing that on my shoulder and on my in a hip area, and I use it on Jackie's feet. That's no placebo, man. That's good stuff. That works.
Okay. The stuff that I got you, and I know we haven't really even got into the gift.
Yeah.
And I know when you got it, it was probably one of those gifts where you got a bicycle for they got a bicycle last year, and now he's giving me creams.
No, there was a little box of joints, and I was like, I wish the cream was just more joints. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then I used it, man. Damn.
That product is one of the best CBD products on the market. There's a lot of stuff out there that's really not good.
Yeah.
But this is it's a premium product. All right.
It really is, man. It's fantastic.
So I'm glad that you're liking that. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm the shoulder I got to go in for and see what's going on with that, and the knee I got to make a couple decisions on. So that was my day today.
Should talk to Watt about that knee situation, man.
Well, you know what? In sports in general, I think a lot of the medical advice in sports is get the surgery and that's it. There's no alternatives like whether it be acupuncture, deep tissue massage, Pilates, whatever it might be. I don't think they recommend that to these guys. It's basically get under the knife, let them fix it, and get out here next year because we're paying you $23 million a year. You don't got time to get massages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when Watt rehab, which was just unbelievable, as we all know, on his leg, maybe after the operation, whatever kind of rehab he's doing, like maybe he could turn you on to certain exercises and stuff you can be doing to build up that knee, because it's about building up all the other muscles around the knee to give the knee a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I actually talked to one of my physical therapists, and she had said that it's you got to strengthen your ass. I guess your ass takes a lot of pressure away from the knee. It absorbs a lot of the pounding that the knee will take. So I got to start doing some ass exercises.
Von Damme used to say he'd like flex his ass cheeks like 100 times in a row every day.
Maybe I gotta start doing that while I'm waiting in line at the CVS for.
People behind you going, is he doing a Von Damme ass flex right now?
Is he doing Van Damme's?
Hey, speaking of random, you ever like, speaking of like, as we get older, find it uncomfortable, like at night, you know, I find it more now. I got to find certain ways to sleep where there's not an ache sometimes.
Yeah.
I meant to ask my brother about this the other day. I forgot to. Have you ever, like, this is a move I do often. I want to know if it's weird for a man. Is one of your sleep moves ever to take one of your hands and literally put it down your own pants and cup your balls?
Oh, God, yeah.
Right? What is it about that?
Lana's like, what the I go, it's just a nice way to lay.
It is. And with the underwear, it keeps the wrist tight in there. And there is just a nice sense of comfort knowing you're covering your own balls as you fall asleep, right? It's like animal instinct. All I need is a pillow and to cover these bitches and I'm good to go.
Do you ever wake up that way though? I find that my hand comes out of there and it never goes back in.
No, it's like a teddy bear. You know, you're cuddling it at night, but in the morning you don't even know where the fuck it is.
Does Jackie have a problem with it? Does she go, what the hell? Because Lana has a huge problem with it.
No, Jackie's going through big time hot flashes now. So we got we got middle of the winter, we got windows open, fan on, and like when she turns the fan on, it's like a prison turn on where she turns it on and heckles me at the same time, like the fan's going on. If you don't like it, go in another room. You know, and I'm like, no, fine. I mean, literally, I almost get frostbite as soon as I climb into the bed, but then you get under there and you're all right. I
can't sleep with any wind on me. I can't do it.
I don't like any kind of noise. I don't like even I like dead silence.
Oh yeah. I hear you with the new house we're sleeping now. We go to bed and with a new house there's new sounds and new noises, right?
Yeah.
So we're not used to any of this yet. So you hear like what the hell is it? We have an owl that's living outside our bedroom where I can't find this nest or where the hell it's coming from.
Right.
But about 1 o'clock we get a ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, what? I thought it was a coyote.
Yeah.
But there's an owl that comes to visit us at 1 o'clock, and then we're getting these weird noises throughout the house where I got to get up and find out where it's coming from. One of the noises was the pump from the pool. It was making like a... But you ever get these faint noises where you even think you're hearing something, but it's so faint, you're like, how is that coming from? And it's the pump. It was the filter pump to the pool, so I had to shut that down. So half of the night is basically walking around trying to find out where noises are coming from.
getting a feel for your new home court, man. Absolutely. It's amazing. Like, you ever just in your house and you hear a noise and you can't figure out where it came from, and then all right. I have literally a handful of times. This is kind of psycho, but like had to do a check on the kid because I thought I had a Bonet Ramsey situation. You know what I mean?
Bonet Ramsey. That's
Bonet.
Again, he said it so wrong. I can't even remember the name of the John Bonet Ramsey.
John Bonet, yeah, you know, where you're like, God forbid your kids go on, and the cops like, what? Anything last night? Like, well, I heard a bang around 9 o'clock, and then I got popcorn. What the fuck? Yeah, so.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. You want to always check on the kid after any noise to find out if she's still there.
I've checked on the kid once where she caught me checking on her. That just freaks her out. What are you looking at? Like, nah, I just thought someone might have kidnapped you. Go back to bed.
That's a nice thought to go to bed with. I thought somebody was in the room, but nobody here, so sorry.
So what else you got, man? Anything? We were talking. Oh, by the way, another one. Even in your own home, just brings up a good point. You said you had good water pressure in your home. Now, recently, I found myself in a work environment, and I did you ever do the flush where you're still on the bowl? And I got a little splash. And I'm wondering, can you get a disease from that? Is that even possible?
It's funny you say that. What's the guy's name? He's a comedian. I thought he was hysterical. Robert Schimmel.
Oh,
Had a joke that way where it's like if you flush and like it comes back up into you, like do you have like cancer of the ass? I don't know what you got to think. You got to think you could get something from that. No.
Yeah, it just can't be a good thing, you know. It's not a freshwater situation. So, oh gosh. So, anyway, what else? What do we got?
I had something. I had a confrontation. Hold on.
Don't you got your notes?
Yeah, but that spawned a sidebar on something that happened to me. I don't know, where the hell did I go? Oh, I was in Philadelphia this past weekend.
Yeah.
And here, I give you the situation. I pulled a semi, Pete.
What do we got?
So I was staying at this hotel in Philadelphia, and I was going to drive to the gigs myself, so I rented a car. And I called down at the valet, and I said I wanted the car there at 4:20. So when I get into the car, or when I come down, the car's already there.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So I came down at 4:26, car wasn't there.
Oh, shit.
And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. They pull the car up. I had a silver Tahoe. They pull up a gray Suburban. So I go over to the guy. He's like, here's your car. I go, that's not my car. I actually got into the car because I thought maybe I was crazy. Like, okay, maybe I didn't get the color right because it was nighttime.
Yeah. Wow.
So I got in, and I noticed that that Easy Pass was located, I don't know, maybe 6 inches to the right than what I thought it was. And then I'm looking around, I go, this ain't my car. And then I get out, I go, guys, it's not my car. He goes, oh, so sorry. He leaves. So I go back. In the meantime, I was talking prior to this. You ever have a situation where you're talking to the employees of an establishment, and then everything's like happy and fine, and then something goes wrong, and now all of a sudden that relationship is no longer.
Yep. Yeah, you start to turn on them, man. Absolutely. That's why you can't be too nice out of the gate in this world.
It's like the night before, I gave the guy a $20 tip when I came down for bringing up the car, right? Which I generally don't do a 20, but I'm like, that's all I had. I didn't feel like going to get change. I give him a 20, right? So, we're talking outside. This is before the car even came up. We're just talking about Philadelphia and weather and whatnot, just bullshitting. And then the guy brings the car up, and I go, now I'm out again. I'm waiting. And the guy's like, yeah, and then I'm like, hey, that's like, people should be working on this.
Yeah.
Don't be talking to me now. All right. It was okay to talk to me when we thought the car was coming up. Right. That's to the wrong car. Get a couple of guys down in the garage to search for this thing. Long story short, another car comes up. It's white. Guy's like, hey, man, it's your car. I go, it's not my car. He goes, are you sure? And in the pocket of the door, I pulled out the rent receipt. I go, this is Anna Gonzalez's car. I go, what's the problem? He goes, you can't find it. So I go, and the manager who was out there in the beginning, and I've pulled this move before working in hospitality, the manager, I think, went into hiding because now it's two cars that are the wrong car, and he's in the valet booth. So I do a knock on the door, and he turns around, and I do one of these.
Yeah, you waving him out with your finger.
Come out of the booth. So we go around, and I never do this, but I was getting hot because now I got an hour and 20 minutes ahead of me to drive to the gig, and we're now 20 minutes late. So now it's an hour and 40 minutes, and I don't like to rush to get there. So I pull the guy aside and go, listen, I got a show to get to. I don't want to get upset with you, but what the fuck is the problem? He goes, we are so sorry. I'm so sorry. And as this is happening, the desk manager comes out. It's a female in a pantsuit. She goes, we are so sorry. And I don't understand this move. Do you want some water? Why is water going to make it all right? Like, what is that move? As a front desk clerk, when you were at a hotel, did you pull this, do you want a water so you could get out of the situation, so you could leave and let the guy cool off?
No,
what is,
man. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. Over the past 15 years, water got very popular there.
Yeah, like why is water always offered in like a catastrophe? Like when something's gone wrong, they're like thinking water. Like I'm gonna go.
Right.
Oh, yeah, give me some water, please.
Yeah. You're lucky I
take
had
a sip.
Poland Spring because I was getting pissed.
So I go, no, I don't want water. And they're like, do you want to come inside because it's cold outside? Do you want to come inside? I go, no, I don't come outside. I need the car. Yeah. So finally the car came up.
Oh, shit. They're asking you, when they're asking you if you want shelter, that's telling me, listen, guy, it's going to take us a long time to find this fucking car. You don't know what you're driving. We don't know what you're driving. We don't even know if this thing got stolen or not because we don't even know what the fuck we're looking for. So you might want to warm up in here before you get frostbite.
That's where my head went.
Yeah.
Because you ever come back to a hotel at night and you drop the car off at the valet and it's skim staff. They got one guy working valet at 1:30 in the morning, right? Yeah. And sometimes you pull up and there's nobody there. So, and I don't want to leave the car unattended. You know, some people just pull up and maybe they tell the front desk, hey, I left my car outside. You make sure the valet gets it or whatever. I didn't want to do this because it was like literally on the corner. Someone could jump in the car and take it. So I got out and I'm looking for people. No one works there. There's people like leaving the bar and they're waiting for their cars out front. And something told me, go back to the car. So when I went back to the car, I was acting as if I forgot something. You ever do something? I think we talked about this before where you don't know if anybody's watching you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, like I made a big movement. Like I patted my pockets.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I forgot something in the car, but I just wanted to go back to the car because I didn't want to leave it unattended. But I didn't want to make anybody else look at me and going, oh, look, he's afraid to leave the car there.
Right. Oh, man, it wasn't done that. Who's reading you on that level anyway? And by the way, of course, it's Philadelphia. You can't leave a car unattended. Are you like, you're probably in a nice hotel. Aren't you like, what is this shit? I should be pulling up. You should be opening up the door before I'm still doing a half-mile-an-hour roll and you're opening the door. Yeah,
well, you know, it happened to be the same hotel chain that I used to work for. And, they were kind of screwing up. I even told the guy, I go, this is why I stay here because I know stuff like this is going to be handled. It's not being handled properly. And I just know because I was on the other side of the fence for so long, 7-8 years doing this, you know, for a living. So I go back to the car and I start to like fiddle around in the front seat.
Yeah.
And a girl, I didn't even tell Lana this, a girl behind me goes, oh, she's on the phone talking to an Uber. And then she puts the phone down and she goes, could I come with you? What? This girl thought I was leaving and wanted it. Was that a dog on my end?
Yeah. Either that or Hank.
Hank, is that your dog?
No.
You don't have a dog? Oh, you don't have a dog?
No, I don't. We have a dog here. I think maybe it's that dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, this girl wanted a ride.
Where'd you think you were going?
I don't know. She just thought, what, you get in my car and take you somewhere? I go, what? And her girlfriend goes, no, don't. Like, what do you mean, don't? I was going to tell the girl, don't. I'm not going nowhere. I would have never even thought about it, taking her anywhere. Don't. Yeah. So finally the guy comes out, and I said, watch the car. Because who knows? That girl could have got in and took it. So that's where my head went. Did they steal the vehicle last night?
Yeah, because there was a lot going on there last night.
Yeah. So they got the car up there. Now, here's the kicker. Being on the other side, if something went wrong at the hotel, and we had to tell our superiors. Our superiors rang it up to as you well know, you probably had to do this too. They bring it to the general manager or the front desk manager or someone of authority saying, hey, listen, Mr. Jackson came in tonight and we screwed up his order, and then that is handled internally, right?
Yeah.
Normally, Mr. Jackson would get a bottle of champagne in the room, an invitation for a free breakfast the next morning, an invitation to dinner, flowers, what have you.
I'd say it's one of the fun things about a nice hotel. When they fuck up, you're like, oh, we're going to get something.
Yeah. So after 2 shows, after an hour and a half drive there, hour and a half drive back, right? I come home at 2:00, and that's what I'm thinking. I go, man, what are they going to give me for the screw up on the valet? And I go in. It's a note. And the note says something to the effect of one of my jokes, like, I know you like Entenmann's cake for company, but this is a dessert you could actually eat. And it's 2 little nut cluster cups. What? This is the sari? What the
I thought you were going to say, from the finest chocolate shop in all the world, which happens to be in Philadelphia. So I didn't know. So what are you saying? Just like from CVS, 2 chocolate nut. What's a nut cluster?
This is something that you find maybe on a brunch buffet where they have the dessert table.
Yeah.
And they have like little pastries and little nut. Oh, look, nut clusters. It looked like someone was going home and they go, Did you get Maniscalco's sari? Oh no. Everything's locked. What do we got out? Give them these. And then I got the 2 nut clusters. So
it's insulting, man. It should have been a free breakfast.
Yeah. Like, again, I have the hospitality bug. So what I would have done is I get the same breakfast every morning from room service. The breakfast, I would have got a phone call around. And they could look. This is how sick my mind is with hospitality. I would look, he's ordered breakfast at around 10, 11 o'clock every morning. Let's call at 9:45 and go, hey, Mr. Maniscalco, notice you ordered breakfast the last two days at 10 o'clock. We're going to send up the same thing, if you don't mind, on us. And we're sorry about what happened last night. Yeah. Now, I'm not looking to get my ass kissed. That's not the thing. It's more of you pay top dollar for something. Whether it be a hotel room, a car, a nice suit, whatever it is that you buy in your life that you spend a little coin on, a watch, whatever it is, and it doesn't work right. And when you go in to get it fixed, it's more like the human connection, which I think we're losing now a lot because it's all email and text and whatnot. And a lot of people don't know how to handle, these types of things verbally. And this is what you get, 2 clusters.
Yeah. No, absolutely. When you're paying top dollar, not only are you expecting obviously good service, but the person that's charging that much is that they're telling you, even a comic, if you're going to see paying top dollar for a comic, the idea is we're less likely to fuck this up. You know what I mean? You're not going to be waiting for your car. Your room's going to be ready. Your room's going to be clean. So when it's not, it doubly pisses you off because I'm paying for it to be ready.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's you hit it on the head. You're paying for expectations, and when the expectations are not met, then it tends to get a little frustrating. But listen, there's a lot of things going on in the world that are a lot more important than getting your car at valet. And I don't want to, but it's more for the cast, and it's more for a semi Pete that I pulled outside the water threw me off, and the same thing with I think desserts on a menu at a restaurant are solely there for I'm sorry, because if something goes wrong with the meal, they bring out the dessert as an I'm sorry, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing with the water now. The water has become the new dessert.
Although I had a problem at a restaurant recently, and they're like, "Listen, the one meal was on us, so we took one meal off." Which I'm like, I'm good, because don't make me have to stuff down a piece of your stale pie as you're sorry. Just take it off what I already ordered. Maybe I wasn't getting the pie.
Yeah.
Are you done with that? Because I wanted to add something to that. What you're talking about with the way humans not are interacting anymore, bro. I had a situation that you can appreciate, and how it's about, listen, there are people out there smarter than me and smarter than you, right? With knowledge. I know people that know a lot of stuff, but when it comes to like reading the situation, you know how we call ourselves like the Larry Birds of this. I was running late this past Saturday. I'm flying home from JFK to my house. Now, I hadn't seen my family in 2 weeks because I had a show last week. So I hadn't seen my daughter in 2 weeks. I'm only home Saturday and Sunday, and I'm running late for my flight. And I park at the JFK long-term parking where I always park, and then you get on the shuttle train they have there. And, within like 10 minutes, you're at your terminal. So that train is running late. And I'm standing on a platform, and it's filling up with people. And I'm like, man, if I miss my flight, the next one out is until tonight. Jackie's going to say, don't even bother coming because you're going to have to fly home in no time. I might not see my kid for till 21 days, Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I'm bugging out. I'm like, I got to get home. So the announcement comes on saying the trains are running on one track only, and they're running like every 15 minutes. And now we're up to 20 minutes, and there's still no train. So now finally a train pulls up, and I'm going to make it, but it's going to be tight. Train pulls up, and the train says it's going the opposite direction. It's not going to the terminals. It's going all the way to the last stop at Howard Beach. Now, right next to me is this cool black guy. He's got the headphones on, like around his neck, the air traffic control headphones, like a guy who waves the planes. And he's got the cool uni on, and he gets on the train. And I go, you going to the airport? And he goes, yeah. I go, this is going the other way. He goes, you're going to want to get on this one. It's going to come right back. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, trust me. And I'm like, oh, man. Because if he's wrong and I go to Howard Beach and it sits or don't come right back, I'm missing my flight. Nobody gets on. No one's going to get on with this guy. I'm like, I go, do I get on? What do I do? I'm like, let me get on. One other dude gets on at the far end of the train. So it's just like me, him, and the black guy who got on, and he's just cool as a cucumber. And I do that like touristy thing. The doors close, and it's going away from the airport. I'm already running late, and I'm on a train going in the opposite direction, trusting one guy. And you see people on the platform going like, no, Carol, that's not going to the terminals. We're waiting right here. We'll wait right, And I'm like, am I the asshole? And I do that thing where I look, I'm like, are you sure it's gone? He goes, yeah, no, it's going to go right back. And he's just looking at his phone, checking stuff out. So it goes to Howard Beach, doors open, and immediately the train floods with people because the train's been late at every stop. So now everyone at Howard Beach, they flood on to go to the airport. And they're like, finally, we've been waiting, Come back, get to my stop. And now I'm going to make my I'm like, okay, it looks like I'm going to make my plane. This is all right. Holy cow, man. This looks. I get to my stop, the one where if I never got off, all those people are still standing there and they can't get on because it's packed. I look over at the black guy and he gives me a wink and I go, bro, thank you, bro. And then I have 4 more stops till my terminal. Without him looking, I fish through and find a 5 spot. And then when I get to Terminal 2, I tap him on the shoulder and I go, thanks again, bro. I slap him the 5. I go, next coffee's on me, man. Thank you, man. And he's like, no problem, no problem. You gotta trust, you gotta read and make a decision.
All right. I knew, listen, when you were telling that story,
Yeah.
I knew the guy that works at the airport knows the ins and outs of the transpo and how everything works there. If the guy didn't have the vest on,
Yeah.
and it was a guy in a suit, would you have got on the plane trusting an everyday passenger?
No. This guy was just cool as a cucumber, full vest. He had that look like we were a bunch of, dumb cattle. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, so, and he was offering the info, but my one fear was like, yeah, but like, I mean, because I even said to him, like, I got to catch a plane. He's like, this is your best bet or something like that. He's like, trust me, man. This is what you want to do. So I was like, maybe he's not in a rush. I mean, this thing, when it gets to Howard Beach, it needs to turn right around, but man, and then when I got on the plane, and that was also to go home and see the hip doctor. So if I missed that appointment, that would have got delayed. Putting my faith in this one cool black guy, air traffic control dude, made me get my hip May 12th, made me see my daughter. He has no idea. He deserved more than a 5. Oh, by the way, one last little tip before we shut this down. When I do certain things, this is for the listeners out there, like when I get on board the plane, when it's not my zone and stuff like that, I often tell you guys, you have to have in the back of your head what you're going to say if you get busted, because it's embarrassing. And you never think you're going to need that. But last week was such a perfect example of doing my training and being prepared. And long story short, when I fly back to do the Kevin sitcom here every Monday, there's one spot at the airport of Buffalo that makes the best coffee, and I love getting their coffee. Problem is they don't have cream. They only have those coffee mates. But their cup is the exact same cup that I get from Timmy Ho's. Tim Hortons doesn't have the red cup. They just have this white cup. So every Monday, I get my coffee from the place I like. Then I go over to the Tim Hortons, and I use their cream and their sugar. And in my head, I'm always like, what would I do if they said something because I'm using their cream? And I'm always like, nah, I'd say da-da-da. And sure as shit, I must have did this 2 months straight now. I'm pouring the cream in, and the girl goes, sir, you can only use that cream if you got your coffee here. I look over at it with the coffee in my hand, and I go, my wife got it for me about a half hour ago, and she forgot to get me cream. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I just hadn't seen. I just hadn't seen you. That's what she said. I go, yeah, because as I said, my wife got it. Boom, training just to go right into it. So know your lie.
You're telling me the people that work at the place are looking for people like you that are coming in, stealing the sugar and the cream?
The cream, yeah, they got good cream. Well, you know what? It made me think, man, this move must be having been done by a few other people. Because it's a little standalone Tim Hortons booth. It's not the full store down the way. So she kind of like, there's not a ton of people go to her.
Oh, okay. So she knows who's who. But nice move on that. I mean, that again is a move that, like you said earlier, some people are very intelligent. They read a lot. They know a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But those people aren't prepared for those type of comebacks because they don't rehearse them.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the last one back in my plane was so fucking hot. Drives me nuts. You ever have them? They just blast the heat. I'm like, what do you got? 2 dials up in the front, one for summer, one for winter? Because it was like a balmy winter day and we're dying. And I'm so pissed. And I told the flight attendant twice, and she don't do anything about it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So finally, the plane lands. I got my coat, my sweater, and my top shirt all in a bundle. All I have on is my T-shirt. And the pilot's doing one of those dangling in the doorways. And I usually hit him with the thank you very much, but instead, as I get closer to him, he's like, thank you. I go, the temperature in the back was ridiculous. It was so hot back then. He goes, what's I'm sorry. And I threw one more off my shoulder. I go, ridiculous. Boom. Do you think he gives me a second thought? Do you think he goes to the flight attendant? Oh, well, Nancy, we have to work on those temperature gauges. That's the third passenger that said something. What do you think? He's like, fuck
That's
off.
a guy. Yeah, it's like, what an asshole. Bye bye. Yeah, there's no. They don't give a shit.
All right, well, listen, let me plug some stuff here before we go.
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, well, first of all, starting today, February 20th, my special For Pete's Sake is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, nice.
Very excited about that. So for anyone maybe waiting to see it on TV, Amazon Prime, hit it up, check it out, For Pete's Sake. Also, people have been asking about the video of this cast.
Yeah.
It seems to be, I was talking to Nick from iHeart, the best way to get it's going to be through something that you know. Your YouTube channel, is that what we're doing?
Yeah, so we're putting it up on my YouTube channel, and you can get it there. And I will post as soon as it is uploaded to the channel. I will be posting it up on social, so you could get it there. Right now, it's really hard to get. It's buried somewhere at iHeart. I don't even know how to find it. But rest assured, people, I know that we have promised video, and the video is going to be up. It's just one of these. We're working out the kinks here, and we apologize for the lag time on the video. I mean, we've been doing this since the first week of January, and it's in February. We don't have a video up yet, so we will get that to you guys. I think you'll really enjoy it. We are also in the process of building out a studio at my house, and once Pete gets back to Fredonia in April, he'll be getting his studio in order. So right now we are just doing the cast from these two locations, but just hang in there with us, and we'll definitely dial this in. But and again, we're sorry that DJ Lewis is no longer with us. We do talk to him once a week, and. At DJ Hank, we have not met yet, but seems to be doing really well. That's all I have. We got some new merchandise at SebastianLive.com for the You Bother Me tour. I will be this week in. I'll be in. Shows are sold out, so it doesn't matter where I'm at. But I think next couple of weeks, Poughkeepsie, Albany, and Las Vegas Memorial Day weekend at the Wynn Hotel. So make your reservations and get your tickets at SebastianLive.com. Got to thank everybody out there in the Pete and Sebastian sphere for tuning in to the Pete and Sebastian show. My name is Sebastian Maniscalco. That has been Pete Corielli. We will see you here next week. Thank you for your listenership, and we are out.